let's get to the Bills news, because that's what we do at Cover One. Anquan Boldin is apparently has a visit set up with the Buffalo Bills.
That I'm very for the move. Still does a lot with the community. One of the best guys you can be around for players. He's going to be around the new young wide receivers, and he's going to be a really big asset in the locker room. And I think you can say that he'll come in a reasonable deal. I don't think you make that move. You take snaps away from Zay Jones, Andre Hall, and some of the other guys. You want to see who you have. I think there's more there. I think that that's a very good sign for the team and where they're going.
I mean, in terms of situational football, I think obviously the lack of wide receiver depth has been pretty noted, but I think maybe people weren't specific enough about where the need was, and I think the need was in that slot. Targets. I think he brings that steady hand of being a really fluid, nuanced outrunner, especially over the middle of the field. What do you do to combat that? You get a guy that can run the same routes and kind of create the same mismatches that a tight end can, but gives you that kind of touch of a veteran wide receiver.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see the numbers here, slot performance-wise. His slot percentage, he was in the slot almost 83% of the times and targeted 65 out of those 88 targets. So he is primarily a slot player. I mean, he had 47 receptions in the slot and 7 touchdowns. 7 touchdowns from the slot was the second most for receivers in the NFL that took 50% of the snaps from the slot.
So I think what's a real nice benefit of them bringing Anquan Boldin in is it really reinforces the whole theme that the Bills have been adopting since they hired Sean McDermott. And that's that they're trying to build up kind of a culture with strong teachers, strong learners, and really strong leaders. He'd be somebody who could come in and really teach some nuances to some young players like Sammy Watkins and Zay Jones and show them how veterans approach the game.
Our offense has to be in 11 personnel a lot more, especially with a pistol and gun, just because of our run game. Having a Boldin like that's going to lighten the box. And what kind of defenses do we see a lot of? We talk about this all the time. We see a lot of zone. Well, guess what? Boldin gets signed. He's the #1 receiver on our roster that knows how to read coverage.